right, starting off with the Mach 6 here, we have what's always been a lightweight daily trainer that's still fitting that bill with a little bit more speed influence these days, but still plenty of cushion for general easy runs, long runs, mileage, anything like that. The new version of the Mach 6 just came out March 1st. 8.2 ounces in a men's size 10, which is their new sample size. So under 9 ounces, or yes, under 9 ounces in my size 11 I have here, which is probably the lightest daily trainer that I have in my rotation right now. It's got a new supercritical EVA foam in the midsole, no longer a 2-layer type of midsole, just one slab. And they've added a rubber outsole for the first time in the Mach. So your durability is probably going to increase by probably 20–30%. Some comparable models from HOKA is probably going to be just the old Mach 5 and then the Clifton 9, which is a little more of an everyday shoe, a little more comfort driven compared to performance, similar price point though. And then from other brands, we're looking at the Brooks Hyperion Max, very similar shoe with a supercritical EVA foam. We've got the New Balance Rebel version 4 that just came out. That's very similar, but a roomier fit. Asics Nova Blast 4, Saucony Endorphin Speed is not too different. So there are a lot of comps out there. I would say of those listed, the new Mach 6 is a snugger fitting upper, even more so than in version 5, which was a little more relaxed or open or a little wider. So it's a little more of a race day fit, but still plenty of room for me, and they do offer these in the wide. Now up next, we have kind of your race day partner, if you call the Mach 6 your everyday shoe. What's not an everyday shoe here is the new Cielo X1. We got a big chunky shoe here, max legal stack height that you can get at 40 millimeters exactly, I think for a men's 8.5. I don't even know what my men's 11 stack height is, but it's probably well over 40 millimeters. I think our drop has changed to a 10 millimeter drop in these as opposed to the standard 4 or 5 range for HOKA. Didn't really notice the drop so much because you do have quite a heavy rocker in these. They really want to tip forward here. It's a pretty aggressive rocker. Don't notice it in the heel a ton, although it's definitely present. You do have a full length carbon fiber plate here that's winged in both the lateral and the medial side here, where kind of like in the Saucony Endorphin Speed, it just flares up a little bit, which should help with the lateral stability, maybe on turns. Don't think it's really helping with pronation or anything, but maybe just when you're taking a sharp left or right turn. Now we have a pretty accommodating upper for a race day shoe, and this is definitely a long distance race day shoe. We're looking at half marathon, marathon, ultra marathon, probably not your 5K. HOKA still does have the Rocket X2 out right now at the same time, which is sort of your Vaporfly to this being HOKA's Alphafly. So coming with that, we do have a higher weight than in the Rocket X2 or some of the other type of super shoes out there. I think we're at 9.3 ounces for a men's size 10 in these. But that trade-off there is definitely, there's a lot of cushion here. There's a lot of bounce, very bouncy rides, very reminiscent for me of the New Balance Super Comp trainer. The first version I had, which was the 50 millimeter stack height. And so long stride, kind of medium to moderate paces. Not sure that this would be a good track workout shoe. Definitely does better at your steady to medium pace range, kind of really hovering around marathon pace. I didn't mention it before, price here is $275, so you're definitely looking at a premium level shoe here, which is another reason why it wouldn't really be an everyday shoe. Now that's not to say that's just because of the price. It's just full length, like HOKA's, I believe, first time using a full PEBA foam. They might have had it in the Rocket X2. But your durability is not going to be supremely good here. You're going to want to save these for your workout days, your harder long runs, and a race day. We do still get a pretty good amount of rubber coverage here. I only have a couple runs in these, and I do notice a little bit of kind of fraying at the heel here, which is typical of other super shoes for me. I can see a little bit of wear on the rubber here. Obviously, they're not going to give you the thickest, heaviest, most durable rubber in a race shoe like this, so thin is fine. Not too worried about that. At least there's rubber is kind of what I'm thinking. You can see the exposed carbon fiber plate here and one little pocket in the toe. And all these cutouts really are just to save weight. Now, in terms of how you would pair these with other HOKA models, for example, you could use a Clifton or a Mach, definitely you could use for anything. Clifton 9, for example, not going to be as speedy of a workout shoe and not so much of a race shoe these days compared to what else we have on the market. But a HOKA or Mach, you could definitely be wearing 6 days a week. And then shoe like the Cielo, you might not even pull out every week. It might be only during your marathon training when your specific long runs, tempo runs, race days. So could be looking at 1-2 days a week max. Not going to be the only shoe that you own for sure. Definitely a supplemental item here. A good tool to have for when your legs are maybe a little beat up from the marathon training, from the grind, and you need a little bit of assistance. You're definitely going to get it with the Cielo X1.